Hello and welcome back to Azure Terraformer. This is episode 11, and today I got a lot of fun stuff planned. We're going to continue our journey with Packer and Terraform, and this time we're going to create a nice comfortable home for our Packer produced machine images using a shared image gallery resource that Azure provides, which is a really cool resource. Allows you to better organize and manage your image definitions, as well as create versions of those that can build over time, which we'll see in a future episode where we create a pipeline that actually produces a new version image every time we run the pipeline, which will be really cool. But we're building up to that. It also has this nice feature of being able to configure the replication regions that you want those images to be exposed into, and we'll get into that a little bit today. So without further ado, we'll get this going. I'm going to have two folders here, one for my Packer code and one for my Terraform code. And the Terraform code, really, I'm just going to create a Packer repo this time, but I'm going to do it a little bit differently than last time. So let me go grab my normal boilerplate. We're just going to dump this into US West, and we're going to drop this into a new resource group. We'll just call it episode 11. And let's drop in the Terraform folder. Peter Parker. Let's run Terraform init. Let's get this thing going. So that'll go pop out our resource group for us, and now we need to go produce our image gallery. So if I drop over to our provider documentation and I just search for image gallery, you're going to find this. We got a few related resources. We have an image gallery, we have an shared image, and then we have a shared image version. And so this is what we want. So we're going to produce one of these things. Just going to copy this. And I'm going to drop this in here. I'm going to get rid of my double quotes, rename it main, get rid of some more double quotes. This thing is going to be a gal. I am going to need a rando. Let me see. I don't even have the random provider defined here. Where do I have my rando defined? Okay, there we go. We got a random block. Please don't commit this to memory. These random blocks. Once you get familiar with and some code under your belt, it'll be fine. So now we need to have a random string. So I'm just going to grab my little random string block, and we'll drop that in here. So now I'm going to access my random string, and I'm going to use string interpolation to pipe in the result, and I'm going to grab my main resource group, shared images and things. I guess that works. Tags don't really need that. So yeah, so let's drop that. Do I need to? Yeah, I got to re-init it because I added the random provider. So let's go provision that thing. Okay, it looks like we're done. So the other thing we need is we do need a shared image. Okay, so the example shows that we've got a shared image gallery. We're going to specify a shared image. Okay, so we're going to go drop that in here and clean this up a little bit. Now this, I'm not going to call it main, okay, because I'm going to add more than one of these things. So I'm going to give this a name that reflects the specific instance of the shared image. I'm going to call it my Ubuntu 1804 baseline. And then I kind of like that for the image name. So we'll throw that in there. We use a hyphen. I prefer using underscores in my reference names so that I can easily double click. If you have a hyphen in there, when you double click, you know, it takes an extra step to grab the reference name. I need to reference my image gallery, which is also called main, and then the resource group is going to be same. It is going to be Linux. I think so. If I just go grab my Packer, let's go grab my Linux folder from episode 9. We'll drop that in here, and I think it should be in here. Yeah. So I've got these guys. Let me just open this to the side. Crunch that down, and so my offer, can I even get this over here? Okay, so my offer is going to be Ubuntu server. It's looks like it's not ordered properly. My publisher is that, and then my SKU is that. Sounds good. Now I think this is actually not going to work because this is for me. I'm the publisher, not Canonical. Yeah, so I'm doing this wrong. So I'm just going to call this Azure Terraformer, and we're going to call this the Ubuntu server 1804 LTS baseline, I guess. Yeah, that should be good. So now let's go drop that out there. Let's give it a second. So now we have to go to our Packer. Now again, this is the Packer that I just lifted from episode 9. So what I'm going to do here is, again, I'm using the Azure ARM Packer builder. So if we go to packer.io and we look at their docs, we search for the Azure ARM Packer builder. Well, that's not super helpful. Of course, you know, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing twice and expecting a different outcome. Packer.io's search is apparently broken. Luckily, Google/Bing still works. So now, this is our documentation. Now, if we look under here, there's a particular, if we just look for shared gallery, it might give us a little clue, right? So there's a shared gallery. What we want is the shared gallery destination. So this allows us to push a new image version to an existing shared image gallery. And for this, we have to pass in these values, the image name, the version, and then the replica regions, which is a really handy feature. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, so this block, where's this block? Shared image gallery destination. So in my Packer, I'm going to add this block. And inside this block, I need to specify the subscription. And I think it's just the subscription. I need to specify the resource group. I need to specify the gallery name. I need to specify the image name, the image version, and then the replication regions. And that is an array. Okay. So where are we going to get the subscription ID from? Well, we are just going to use the same subscription as always. Now the resource group of the image gallery, we can declare a local, and we'll just call this the gallery resource group. And then we'll have the gallery name. And then we'll also just set the image name. Okay, and this is going to be Ubuntu 1804 baseline. That'll be our image name. Now the resource group name is this stuff over here. So it's my random string. Resource, oh, that's the gallery name. And then the resource group is just this. Okay, let's get all these to line up, just again by kind of like following the conventions of HCL. All right, so I've got my gallery, resource group. This is how I triangulate to my gallery. And now I'm just gonna drop in references to those locals. So the local.gallery resource group, local gallery name. The image name is local image name. And then the version, what should I set the version to? Maybe just like hard-coded for now because we're only gonna have one. Now the location, I think I already have a variable for, no I don't, do I? Oh, I just like have that hard-coded? Oh, interesting, okay. So yeah, why don't we just declare like a variable for primary location. And we'll pipe in the primary location. And then this will be var primary location. We will create a new file called variables.pkvars.hcl. And then we'll just say location, oh, it's primary location equals West US. So, you know, I'm getting to the point where I want to pipe in some of my variables using a file. So I'm just like my TF-vars file in Terraform, I'm going to have a Packer vars file here. And we'll modify our debug script to make this work. And, oh, this is wrong. So we need to use this resource group. So I'll just change this to use local.dat. And I think we're good there. So now I do need the primary location to be one of the region replicas. And then let's just add another just for kicks. So I'm mixing references, East US. So we'll replicate it to the primary location, which I know is US West, and then we'll replicate it to East US. And this should be good. So yeah, so I just need those things. Are there any? This should all tick and tie. This is kind of nasty. So we'll get this to kind of line up. See how it's so much more readable when you follow this convention of just creating that scrimmage line, right? So there we go. I think I'm a happy camper. So let's go to our build, and I'm going to use the same service principle. And I think what I want to do is I'm going to say var file equals variables.packer vars.hcl. Just run so we got some errors. Let's see what it doesn't like. Shared gallery image to which public does not exist in that resource group. Shared it gallery image. Oh, I thought we provisioned that image. Oh, I think I need the hyphen in there. So the image that we're publishing to has to match exactly. So I must have mixed my hyphens and my, yeah, I did. See, I got the underscore and it's looking for that. So it's like this thing, like you have to have the image. So that's why it's really important when we provision the Terraform, we created the image. That's a placeholder for us to build these image versions with Packer. Packer will not create the image. Packer uses an existing image. So you have to have a little box out there in your gallery to hold these image versions. Packer just produces a new version of that image. And you can see we're capturing the image. It looks like we are using this image name here, which is not good. Like, we shouldn't leave it like that. Yeah, so we'll have to fix that. So let's check the documentation for this managed image. Like, maybe we don't even need this anymore. Specify the managed image name where the result of the Packer build will be saved. The image name must not exist ahead of time and will not be overwritten. So if this is set, okay. If this value is set, then both of them be set. Create a managed image using the shared image gallery as the source can be achieved by specifying the shared image gallery. So let's try getting rid of these two references, because what I think is happening is it's trying to, I think it's putting it in two places. So here's our image definition, and if we go look at the image definition, we should see a new version show up in here. But we're also seeing this image being placed out here, which doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, like having both of those. Oh, and it doesn't like the image version. So our image version needs to follow the 1.0.0. Okay, my bad. So it doesn't like that. Let's try getting rid of these. Capture container name or managed image name must be specified. Capture name prefix. Capture container name. Let's go check this out. What is capture container name? Destination container name. So it does look like, even using the shared image gallery destination, let's check shared image gallery destination. Yeah, so it looks like even using shared image gallery destination, we still need to have this managed image name and then managed image resource group. So we can't get rid of those, but let's use them in a way that makes sense. So we're going to take the image name, and so we're going to drop that there, local.image name. And you know what? I'm going to extract the image name as a variable. So we're going to say image name. Yeah, that's going to work great. So we'll grab that. We're going to create a variable called image name. We're going to create image version. It's going to be that. And then we're going to declare those variables. Oh, and I probably don't need the double quotes, do I? Probably not. Let's see if it's happy. Okay, so I got image version, image name. So I need to drop the local. Let's look for local.imageName. Let's just replace it with a var. Find the next one. So that's a var now. You know what? Let's clean this up and let's just set these as variables too while we're at it. Why not? Right? I mean, I think it makes sense. We probably want to pipe in, makes this much more reusable. We can pipe in the image gallery that we want to provision to. And we don't have to, we can kind of use the same structure everywhere. So I just need additional variables for these guys. I'm not going to set defaults because I really want whoever's using this Packer template to specify these and be thoughtful about it. I find that setting defaults lets people kind of go on cruise control and then they're not paying attention to what values they're setting there. So to draw people's attention, you kind of have to make things without defaults so that they really think about it. And so now these cease to be locals. Var, and no more locals. Locals bad. Ooh, but we also have this image version. Okay, and so now we have to, the managed image name needs to be some concatenation of that. So I'm going to use string interpolation. So it's going to be $squiggly, then I'm going to say $squiggly var.image version. I'm going to end the quote. Let's see how it likes that. So the image name is much nicer. We have the version number concatenated on there. Looks like we got two replication regions, West US and East US. Okay, well, it looks like it's trying to finish up the deletion process. Let's go check in on things. So it does look like we have a new version, and it looks like it is replicating to US East and US West. And we can go ahead and create a VM from this manually. And if we go look at our resource group, we can see that we do have an image version that also shows up in the resource group. The gallery provides maybe a more concise user interface, but all these resources do show up in this resource group. And we see we have a new image, and we have our old image, and I can just go delete that. We don't need that anymore. But yeah, so we have a gallery, we have an image definition, we have an image, and then we have an image version. The image version and the image correlate, but because of the gallery, we can now take this image that's dropped in this resource group that's only in one region, and we can expand that image so that it's available as a VM image version across any number of regions that we want. And in order to do that, we can go in here and we can tell this particular version, we can add additional regions that we want it to replicate to, or in our code we can just go add additional regions that we want the image to be replicated to right off the bat. But basically these Packer image versions, these image versions that Packer creates, are not managed by Terraform. So we can go manually, add these things in here. Terraform won't care. Terraform is only managing the gallery and the image definition, so which are relatively stable things. The image versions will change over time. Packer changes them, and that's okay. So that's how Azure shared image galleries work. That's how you can use the Azure shared image gallery with Terraform as well as with Packer. So I hope you found this interesting and useful, and I hope you have fun using Packer and Terraform on Azure. That's it. Until next time. See you guys.